Hello, my dear friends, my dear audiences. Welcome to the show, Jack Chow on the East West Show with G&E TV. Ever since the happening of the San Bernardino shooting, we had put together several shows in discussion about what had happened and what is happening around us and what to do, so on and so forth, including the fact, are we safe, are we not safe, are the law enforcement officers doing a good job, is our government doing a good job, so how are we supposed to protect ourselves? In terms of protection, there is a big surge of voices about gun control. And of course, you can see the equal amount of voices talking about instead of a gun control, probably you want to even increase the guns, or probably you want to, another word, arm the community, arm everybody. So equally strong. With me today is another discussion with my good friend, Mr. Wei Long. He is an education specialist, and he is the founder and CEO of California Sunshine Education Center. As a matter of fact, he is one of the very brilliant pioneer for educational experiment, and he found a school in China, established a school in China that combines U.S. curriculum with the Chinese curriculum to produce the third one. And the past 3.5 years proved that it works, and not only works better. Yet today we're not talking about his education experimentation. We're talking about his concept on education of gun control and of actually gun control itself, right? So welcome to the show.
My glad, always.
Yeah. As you can probably notice in the intro, I sound very reluctant and saddened, because that is something, something of the even beyond the human imagination that had happened, right? And we can never consider sometimes, in the meeting or in the shopping mall or in the theater, somebody rushes in and starts shooting, and then you're dead next minute, right? This is so devastating. Nowadays, lots of people talking about where we are, right? What kind of time we're in. So exactly the same question that I'd like to extend to you. What's happening now? What's wrong? What's wrong with the world?
Jack, first of all, my condolences goes to the families,
sure.
and for those who lost their loved ones, 14 families and 17 families who got their loved ones injured. And secondly, I don't know if you do remember or not, this is our second time in the past 3 years talking about gun control and disasters.
Yeah,
We had a one right after Sandy Hook Middle School shooting in New Jersey, right? And this is our second time within 3 years. I hate to come over to talk about this topic repeatedly and again. And the good thing is that we open up this discussion and share our opinions to the audience out there, and to see if we can do something as a community and as a citizen to make our community safer without without gunshots.
Yeah,
and sadly,
yeah.
and I guarantee you, this is not going to be the last time.
Yeah, we will talk about that part when we move to next segment. But right now we're focusing on the fact that we want to get some intellectual reading, intellectual look about what's happening, what's wrong with the whole world, with the world.
Okay, let me share the fact with you is that the reality is very sad about the gun ownership.
No. I mean the terrorist attack. What's happening? What's behind it?
You want to talk about terrorist attack? Yeah. In this country, we have to deal with the gun ownership in the first place. Okay, think about those two people, right?
You're talking about resolutions. You're talking about solution. We're talking. I'm asking about what is happening with the situation with the terrorist.
What is happening has been a fact, and in the past 5 days already, 5-6 days, every day there's a repeatedly reporting about the background of those two shooters, and there is a report about the reaction of the community. There's about the impact, profound impact about terrorist situation in this country, because right after the gunshot and President Obama and make his Oval Office speech to the nation that this is a very severe situation, and two of the looked like innocent people and middle class people, and pick up the gun and shoot to their co-workers right after a dispute with a co-worker. This is just enormous, outrageous. I cannot imagine, and this is happening to the people like those two shooters.
Matter of fact, it is such a amicable explanation about this is a result of a dispute. It is not a result.
It's
of a
not a
dispute.
play.
It's
Right afterwards,
it's highly plotted.
highly planned. That's right.
Yes.
It goes back. It went back. It has to go back to the background of those two people, right? And as far as we have known that the two people came from Muslim countries, and one from Muslim countries, one from the Muslim religious background, but native-born American.
Yes.
And this is very. It's a kind of. It's really give me a lot of thoughts about what's going on with the people from share the same background at this moment. And I think that the Muslim as a religion is really addresses peace and harmony of the society. There's no question about it.
I myself had lots of Muslim friends. They are good
Me
people.
too. They are good people. And
as good as I am, if
that's
not
right.
better.
So
right?
there's at this moment, my conclusion is that nothing wrong about specific
there must
religion.
Be something so strong that it can conquer, can recruit people like those killers. They both are in their late 20s, right? So if the woman who came to this country on a K-1 visa, it's a separate case though, this very guy, the shooter, main shooter himself, born in the U.S.
Saeed Farouk?
Yeah. Educated in the U.S. all the way. Well, the U.S. food, U.S. water brought him up all the way in the culture. And how could he turn himself into this kind of terrible-minded, radicalized
that's a question I've been thinking over again. And
there must be some strong power in something that convinces them to do so.
I cannot answer your question, to be honest with you, because native-born American grew up in this society born in Chicago, grown up in Southern California, which is most diversified community, religiously and ethnically in the U.S., and also has a very decent and good job and good pay job.
Yeah, of course.
And $57,000 just started at the job 5 years ago in the government employment, and well educated from the state university, and everything looked very normal, middle class people, but all of a sudden pick up the gun and shoot his peers. I don't know what's going on with it.
And there's even financial support. He got a financial aid of $28,500 something from a loan. As a matter of fact, he didn't even have any collateral to go against that loan. So the suspicion is that where the loan comes from. And also, it takes about, they were radicalized about 2 years, 1 year and 1.5 to 2 years, both of them. And well, we had a record showing on what day they were radicalized, they sworn in, how come this woman could be allowed into the country, right? Those are the details. they kind of point to one thing, that the government really needs the communication among themselves to share the information so that problem can be stopped.
Well, and let's just talking about this topic from ideology level,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and also from the material level, which is the government checks and as well as the visa insurance kind of things. From ideology level, I think this person, Saeed Farood, is said to have some kind of a religion, but to me, he didn't have any religion in his mind, because any religion leads to people to believe that people should live in a harmonious society,
they should love life.
and they should love life, love their peers,
yes,
right? That's kind of religious. It doesn't matter what kind of religion. That's the religious people that we see in our society usually behave, right? However, this guy, radicalized 2 years ago through the internet, and also start out to seek out the peers who share the same belief as he did, evil belief, I would say, and in Middle East, and all of a sudden he became suspicious in his behavior and start to purchase guns and prepare the ammunitions, and also start to plan to introduce his future wife from the Middle East into the U.S. through a K1. And that's the kind of changes that happened in 2 years, according to the news report, that 2 years ago before the shooting. And up to 2 years, 2 years ago, he started to make travels like 4 times, right? Yeah, yeah. According to the facts.
And what is the more scary is the fact that they discovered that he is not a lone wolf, and he has support behind him. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, in one of the shows talking about in light of San Bernardino shooting, we try to shift it to the point of gun control. Before we touch the point of gun control, we tried so far unsuccessfully to read this picture about what's happening with us. Anyway, something bad is happening, not something, we don't know what is the something, but something is happening. With my good friend, Mr. Wei Luo, founder and CEO of California Sunshine Center. Next segment, we're going to touch about the gun control issue, please.